What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. This is the Memphis League Challenge round number 4. And on the left we have Brandon. I know we saw Brandon last round playing, but he had that donk and had a pretty quick victory. And on the right we have Adam Maldonado, who we featured round number 1 playing the Rainbow Road deck. So it's gonna be an Yveltal Zoroark. Well, I think it's Yveltal Zoroark. We really don't know too much about Brandon's deck, but if I remember correctly, I think it's an Yveltal Zoroark deck, maybe some Dark Eyes as well. And like a dark deck versus a rainbow road deck. It's going to be interesting to see who is going to take this game. And here we go. Both players are setting up. We see Adam starts the Poniard and Brandon starts that Zoroark. Alright, and we're going to see Adam's going to go first. Going to put down the Skyfield. He has a Fairy, a Sycamore, a Shaman. Could set up for a couple cards. And yeah, it looks like he's going to Shaman for 3 new cards. 4, 5, and 6. He gets a Xerneas, a Shaman as well. He got a Galvantula. He might just Sycamore, just discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, try to find a Max Elixir for next turn. So, I mean, Max Elixir DC could make him attack next turn, which is fantastic. And that's why I love Max Elixir in this deck so much. We could see a Shaman, maybe. Like, Adam could play his hand down a lot, but no, it's going to pass on to Brandon's turn. Okay, so let's see what Brandon decides to do. He has a Parallel City. He could play that immediately. But is it really needed right now? Like, Adam only has 2 Pokemon now. Like, it's not really that useful. You could bump him down to 3. And maybe protect your Zoroark from being knocked down next turn. And I think that's what we see Brandon's going to do. Looks like he's going to debate. And yeah, he's going to put down the Parallel City. And I think he put it down where Adam can only have 3 bench. I think that's... Yeah, I think the blue side is 3 bench. And red is like minus 20. Okay. And we see a Light Cinder in Brandon's hand. I see a VS Seeker. Maybe. I see a Sycamore. Oh, go discard a Dark, Light Cinder, Delinquent, and 2 VS Seekers. Wow. So 2 VS Seekers and a Light Cinder are gone out of Brandon's hand. But I mean... he could have gotten knocked out last turn if he just passed. Like, Adam can get a turn to, like, Rainbow Forest for a knockout. So, see a Fright Night Yveltal come down, which is not the greatest against the Rainbow Road matchup. Like, especially since, like, Adam doesn't play that many EXs. Like, you're only sniping Shamans, and you're only doing 40 to the Xerneas because of resistance. We see a Trainer's Mail. Look at top cards of his deck. He has a Crush Namer and a Dark Energy. He could play the Crush Namer, discard the Fairy Energy off the active, but I think you want to hold on to your Crush Namers or like the Xerneas, so you can discard his energies, because there's really no way Brandon's going to one-shot these guys, like knock out these Xerneases. But it looks like he is going to eyeball the... Oh, he's going to get the Sycamore, okay? So Sycamore, I think I saw Team Rocket's Trickery as well. Was that... Or Team Rocket's Handiwork. That's... Brandon's playing an interesting deck for sure for his list. He's playing an interesting list with his deck, I guess, thing to say. But we'll see a Sycamore being grabbed with the Trainer's Mail. He's already played a Supporter card, so he can't play another one. He's going to give a good little shuffle. But can Brandon find some energies this turn? He hasn't played one yet. He discarded those 2 Darks. He has a VS Escape Rope, so he could Escape Rope. And I wonder what he'll send up. Maybe the Xerneas. If he sends it to the Shaman, it won't be able to retreat unless he hits like a switch. Adam's gonna look at what this Yveltal does. I'm pretty sure he kind of knows what it does. Adam hasn't played in a really long time, so he's still learning what all these new cards do. So we see Adam is going to send to that Shaman. Okay, we see a Max Elixir, which so Brandon messes up here. He uses Escape Rope, and Max Elixir only works to the bench. And then you see Adam's like, no. That only works to the bench, buddy. Like, that doesn't work that way. It only goes to the bench. So Brandon messed up. He meant to Max Elixir first, and then attached. You see, he does have the DC hand. I imagine he's kind of frustrated at this point because, you know, he had the turn with Pitch Black Spear, but he just messed up the order of operation. He meant to Max Elixir, then Escape Rope, then attach to DC, but unfortunately he did it the wrong way. But still, I don't think it's going to be too bad. He has a DC in his hand, he can put that down. And I think the key to this matchup is actually Zoroark. Like, Zoroark can do a ton of damage to this Xerneas, especially if Adam fills his bench up. And we see his DC go to the active. And we see, unfortunately, just a pass from Brandon. Alright, so to Adam's turn, he does top deck that DC. We know he has a Sycamore. He is paralleled down to 3 as well, so that's another annoying thing with the Rainbow Road deck. If you get paralleled down to 3, you're in a weird spot. So Adam has a DC. He could Sky Return for 30. Send up the Poniard, just get your EX out of the way so it doesn't get knocked out later on, or does he attach the DC to the Xerneas, hope to the Max Elixir in a switch and start Rainbow Force in that way? But even then, he's not doing too much right now. He's only doing 3, 6, 7. Gonna hit the Fright Night Yveltal. So we're gonna see a DC go into the active, and looks like he has an N. Does he have an N in his hand? We might see a Shaman come down. He's debating, does he play Shaman to set up some more cards? And yeah, we're going to see Shaman. Going to set up for 2, 1, and 2. He hits a Joltic, which he cannot play right now because that Perilous City's bumping. Okay, maybe, no. See, Perilous City bumping it where he only has 3 Pokemon, so he cannot put that Joltic down, okay? So we might see Adam just play that in. He really doesn't want to discard like that. Oh, he actually go to Sycamore. Wow. Okay, I'm pretty sure I saw a DC and some other stuff in there. Like, he is digging right now for a Skyfield, most likely. So he hit a Ranger, he hit a Fairgy, and let's see if Brandon can show off what he discarded a DCE, a Galvantula, a Joltik. Wow, okay, alright. So Adam has this Rainbow Fairgy, he's already attached return to the active, he gets Sky Return for 30, and what he could do is like promote the other Shamans and Sky Loop that way. We see EXP share going down to the Xerneas, and Brandon's gonna look what that does, but the EXP share is not gonna work because that Fright Night ability saying, hey, you know, your tools are cute, but they don't work because of my ability. So we'll most likely see Adam Sky Return. We see Flowstone go out to the Pawniard. Once again, they do not work when this Yveltal is in the active spot. Okay, he has a Via Seeker, a Fairy Energy, and we'll most likely see a Sky Return, but who does he send up? If he sends that Pawniard, it's going to get knocked out. It only has 60 HP, but we're going to see Shaman get brought up instead, which is actually a pretty cool play. You can, like, Sky Return and just loop Shamans, which I don't know how far it's going to get you, but it's definitely a neat concept for sure. But we see Super Rod from Brandon. Going to shuffle those Darks back into his deck. There's 1 and 2, and that's all he has in discard pile. He doesn't have any more Pokemon or any more energies, unfortunately, so only 2 with that Super Rod. Now, I know he has a Sycamore in his hand, so he can at least play that, draw 7 new cards, and if he hits a Dark, he can start using that Pitch Black Spear, but all he can do is hit the active for 60 because it hits EX on the bench, so he can't do too much. He might want to power up his Zoroarks instead. I know the one on the bench has a Dark, and the other one has nothing. I know that Glare right now is pretty bad. It's 2 Zoras with a Dark and nothing else in the other one. So we see most likely Sycamore going to discard an End, saying, yeah, I mean, he could have End and got the DC and Shaman out of his hand, but I imagine Brandon's digging for more stuff, like maybe a Zoroark, there's a Dark Energy, there's a Shaman. So like I said, he can't start Pitch Black Spear, but it'll only do 60, then it gets removed off the field because Adam is going to go for that Sky Return. So we see an Ultra Ball. He could get out a Zoroark right now, or he can get an Yveltal EX. He can get a Darkrai from Breakpoint. I'm not sure what's all in Brandon's deck. That's the key thing to say, or key thing to note. I see the Darkrai. Okay, I see a Darkrai in there for sure. Is that a Seismitoad? Okay, so there's a Darkrai going to come down. All right, and can he power this Darkrai? The Darkrai can like get a bunch of energies in the field, then it can maybe start taking knockouts on Pokemon fairly easily, which is nice. But we'll see the Darkrai come down, and he has a Shaman in his hand, so what he could do is, wow, he needs a lot of stuff. He needs a Zoroark. He needs a way to retreat that Zoroark. He needs a Max Elixir and an Energy to even start attacking with that Darkrai. That's a lot to commit for this Darkrai. He does have a Dark Energy. Like I said, he could do that 60. Looks like he has a, is that a Switch in his hand? No, that's Sycamore. I thought like the far left card was a Switch, but he has a Dark. Like I said, he can put the Dark on Darkrai. I don't think you really want to pitch Black Spear right now, just because it doesn't do too much. Well, I guess he can also just retreat the DC off the active and pitch Black Spear. That way, 20, 40, 60, 80. Still not knocking out the Shaman, though. That's another thing as well. He has a Dark, and where does this Dark go? Looks like he is debating a lot. Does he attack the Dark to the active? Does he put the Dark on Darkrai? Does he go for a Shaman? Does he retreat? And we're going to see Dark go to the Darkrai. We're going to see Shaman instead of 4 new cards, so 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, and I don't think I saw a Max Elixir. I see a Fighting Field, I see a Sycamore, a Via Seeker, and we'll see an Yveltal EX come down. So yeah, Brandon definitely playing like a huge, like, Dark Toolbox kind of variant. So, we're going to see an Yveltal come down. He has a Fighting Field. Put them maybe on the Darkrai, just give it 40 more HP, and just be like a even tankier, which is, like, fantastic. He has a Ranger as well, Sycamore Dark. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to put that Fighting Fruit on the Darkrai, get 40 more HP, and do 10 more damage, and we'll see a pass on to Adam's turn, okay? So Adam, can he find a Bisharp? Can he find a Volcanion EX? Can he find a Max Elixir DC? Like, Adam needs a bunch of stuff as well. Like, you know, Brandon, neither player is really set up, but it looks like Brandon might be a little bit more set up because he has 2 Zoras, one with the Dark. He has an Energy on the Darkrai. He has a DC to the active Yveltal. And all Adam really has is a Xerneas, EXP Share, Shaman, and a Pawniard. Okay, so we see Adam does have the DCE. He could go for Sky Return again, like I said, go for the Sky Return loop. But I don't know how long they'll survive, like how long these Shamans will keep alive. Because eventually, Brandon's going to start taking knockouts with his Darkrai. So we see DC going to the active. He could put down Shaman. It looks like he's contemplating what to play with his VS Seeker. I see in his discard pile. It looks like he just asked Brandon what does he have in his hand or how many cards in his hand because he held up how many cards he had. So it's definitely a sign that he asked that. So is he Ultra Ball discarding a Ranger and a Fairy Energy? And will we see? Okay, there's a Ponder coming out. So the additional dual type is great. Looks like Brandon's gonna see what it does. It does Revenge. It does like 30 plus 60 if a Pokemon's knocked out last turn. 90s, pretty good attack for sure. Too bad Muscleman's not around. If Muscleman was around, like, Firestar could take knockouts on Shaman EXs is really cool. But unfortunately, it's not around anymore. So, let's see what Adam decides to do. We'll see Shaman going to come down, set it for like 2 or 3. 1, 2, and 3. But looks like he did not hit a Skyfield on top. Like, I did not see a Skyfield. If he did have a Skyfield, he has a Love Ball to search out a Jolting. And maybe get Galvantula out. But we'll see 30, Sky Return for 30. Sit at the other Shaman. And on to Brandon's turn, okay? So, going to draw a card. Like I said, he has the Dark Energy. He can attach the Darkrai. Can he find some Max Elixirs? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. If he finds one Max Elixir, he can actually knock out the Shaman. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total on the field. So we see Trainers, well, not 5 total, but 5 ways to do extra damage. We see it in and Sycamore in his hand. Now, he could go for in just to get Adam's, like, Shaman, Sky Return, Loop out of the play. Like, in, so he doesn't have the DC or the DC or Shaman in his hand anymore, which is fantastic. If the Sky Return play is actually really annoying, but I don't know how annoying this actually is. Like, it's not really affecting Brandon too much. Like, he's only doing 30 damage to Yveltal, and Brandon's like slowly setting up, but he needs to play a supporter card as well. Looks like he is eyeballing that Ultra Ball. Maybe get a Zoroark out. Not a bad play as well. He is heavily considering what to get with this Trainer's Mail. Does he grab the Ultra Ball or supporter card? That's pretty much his two things. He has a VS Seeker. We know he discarded 2 already in the early game. It looks like he plays Ninja Boy as well. He has a Dark Ninja Boy Sycamore and a VS Seeker. I'm going to actually be tempted to grab the in just straight up because I don't want to use my third VS Seeker, which we know he has discarded 2 already. Alright, does he go for the Ultra Ball, go for the... I imagine that's the 2 he's trying to contemplate. Does he go for the Zoroark? Right now, Zoroark's not really taking a knockout on this Shaman, and looks like he will grab the Ultra Ball instead. Alright, and Ultra Ball probably discarding that... What's the protocol was there? I forgot which one it is. Alright, I forgot. Yeah, gonna give a good shuffle. He does have the Ultra Ball. I wonder why he didn't play immediately. Like, he's most likely going to use it to find a Zoroark. To use that stand-in, or maybe the Mind Jack or something. Right now, Mind Jack's only do 70, so it's not too strong for sure. So, what does Brandon get with this Ultra Ball? Okay, so he has the Ninja Boy, that's what it is. So we see a VS Seeker come down. Wow, that was weird for a second. Sorry about that. But see a VS Seeker for Lysander. Bring up that Xerneas. Okie dokie. He has a dark... Okay, so he's going to put a dark to the active, and he's going to pitch Black Spear. So do 60... 40 to the active, is 60 to that bench Shaman. Alright, so on to Adam's turn now. Adam's kind of in a pickle. That Shaman is going to get knocked out next turn, and Adam really can't knock out this Yveltal. It just has... Yeah, I mean, he can't really knock out Yveltal with that Xerneas. There's no energy on it. He has no DCE, and it's looking bad for Adam right now. Like, that Lysander play was really cool, the dark energy and stuff like that. I actually didn't think about that. I was thinking, like, do you play in instead of more Dark Eyes? We'll say Brandon wanted to be more aggressive, bring that Xerneas up, saying, hey, you're not going to tackle this guy. I know he might know he plays Max Elixir. I'm not 100% sure. But since he Lysander up, he can no longer Max Elixir to that bench, to the Xerneas, because now it's in the axe spot, because Max Elixir only goes to the bench. So looks like we see Ultra Ball. Oh, is that a Love Ball? Yeah, Love Ball. Gonna grab maybe a Joltik? Or did he play Ultra Ball? I kind of blinked for a second, so I'm not sure which card he's playing. I guess either one. We'll see what he gets. Yeah, it's still Joltik. Most likely he played the Love Ball to get the Joltik out. Try to get that Galvantula out, but he needs to find a way to bump this Parallel City. That is what's making Adam in a bad situation. Like, this Parallel City, just keep him down to 3. He can't put any more Pokemon down, and it's really, really bad for him. So, we'll see probably the Joltik going down, and can he find a Skyfield or not? Alright, and he's debating what to do. Like I said, he probably put down the Joltik, or do you save your spot for Xerneas? Because Xerneas is great as well. Alright, and let's see, he does have the DCE. He can put on the active and not really be threatened by a pitched Black Spear, which is true, right? So, we'll see a DC go to the active. He'll probably put down the Joltik. I would put down the Joltik right now, just so next turn get down the Galvantula and do more damage. Yeah, Joltik coming down. Alright, and he's going to pitch Black Spear, knock out the Shaman, but then you can knock out his Yveltal. But then Brandon sends the Darkrai, but then you can find out the Xerneas. It's going to be a warrior here in a second, and we're going to see who comes out on top. But the key thing to note, can Adam find a Skyfield or not to bump this Parallel City. He hasn't played a supporter card in a long time either. He does have a Via Seeker and some other stuff. We're just going to say pass on to Brandon's turn, okay? So we see Brandon has a Shaman, which can't be used here. There's a bench of 5. He has a Sycamore. He has a Ninja Boy. I don't think Ninja Boy is that really useful. Now he has an Ultra Ball. I'll probably discard the Ninja Boy and the Shaman, get out of Zoroark, and just Sycamore. Now, if Brandon can find one of those Crush Hammers and discard the DC out the active, like, that put Adam back even more. Like, oh my goodness. Well, he has to find a Crush Hammer and hit heads. So let's see, can Adam find can Brandon find a Crush Hammer or not? So let's see, he does have the Sycamore. He can pitch Black Spear, do 40 to the active, 60 to Shaman, and yeah, I think for sure use Sycamore. Try to dig for a Crush Hammer to discard the DC off the active and make it where Adam cannot attack you. Now, he still has that Bisharp with the Revenge attack, which is still very strong, but he has to find a switch. Let's see, Brandon's debating what to do. Yeah, go to Sycamore. I wouldn't see why not. You definitely want to dig for this Crush Hammer. Try to discard the DC off the active. And hey, there's Crush Hammer right there staring at him. If he can flip heads on this Crush Hammer, he can discard the DC and put himself in a phenomenal position. So he has an Ultra Ball. Give maybe another Zoroark out in play. We see Firehouse Subs make an appearance right now. But we see an Ultra Ball. Or is that a Hand Hammer? Is that a Hand Hammer Ultra Ball? Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. He has a Hand Hammer. That'd be, oh man, that'd be really bad. Like, obviously, like, right? Like, that'd be terrible. And it looks like, I don't know if that was Enhanced Hammer or Ultra Ball I saw on the top card. And it is Enhanced Hammer. Oh my goodness. So Brandon just discard the DC no matter what. And he could play Crush Hammer, discard the Fair Energy off the bench. And heads, and he will discard the Fair Energy and leave Adam with no energy on the field. Oh my goodness. So we'll see a pinch Black Spear doing 40 and 60 to that bench Shaman, and Brandon will go down to 4 prize cards, bringing that Xerneas up to 80 damage. And next turn it could be knocked out by a pinch Black Spear. So on to Adam's turn, he hits a Galvantula, gonna put that down on the field. He has a Fair Energy, but who does he put this Fair Energy on? The Bisharp maybe? Like Retaliate could knock out the Xerneas, like I said, or not the Xerneas, the Yveltal. But, Adam's gonna be like, he's gonna be down in so many, like, he's gonna be down 3 prize cards. Brandon has like 2 Zoroark on the field, one with the energy. He has a Dark Guard, the energy, and a Fighting Fear Belt. He has a Shaman, he has an Yveltal. It looks like we might see a Via Seeker for it in. He has a Super Rod. He can show up back in a Xerneas, maybe some Fair Energies if he wants to, or he can just wait right now. Like maybe you don't want to draw into some other cards. He has a Flowstone. I'm gonna put on the Galvantula just to give it a free retreat later on, and we'll see a Via Seeker for it in. Gonna play that. Brandon's gonna go down to 5 or 4, and Adam's gonna go to 6. Okay, so can Adam find a Xerneas and a Fairy Energy, or some kind of energy for the next turn, so he can finally start attacking? Now, like I said, he could have touched a Fairy Energy to the Bisharp, so next turn he can retaliate for the knockout. But the Dark Ride comes up and smacks you in the face, and then you're going down to like what, 2 prize cards? So yeah. I mean, it's just not looking good for Adam right now. He didn't have a great turn. Hasn't really played too much out of his deck. So here we go. And it can. And once again, can Adam find a way to bump this Parallel City? So 1, 2. There's Volcanion, a DCE, a Bisharp, a Fair Energy. Does he find a Xerneas? I don't know if I saw one in his hand. I saw a Fair Energy for sure. So you can put it on the Bisharp, like I said, to get ready for the retaliation the following turn. So there's his Xerneas, and he has a DC, so you can put the DC on that guy, okay? So there we go. He has a Fair Energy for next turn, so he can start using the Rainbow Force the following turn. Alright, so probably see pass from Adam. I don't think he saw a Switch or Max Elixir. Like, even a Switch Max Elixir, that would be really good, but onto Brandon's turn. He can automatically just, like, pitch Black Spear and knock out the active. He has a Dark Energy. He can put on the Dark Ride. Or does he put on the Zoroark? Like I said, Zoroark could be a really bad thing for Adam if he puts down too many Pokemon. Okay, so he has a DCE, he has a Zoroark, an Yveltal. He could maybe go for the Evil Ball with Yveltal EX. That could be a good attack because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That actually take a knock on the Xerneas. Like exactly, like if you touch a DC, a Dark, and then if Adam attaches a Fair Energy, he can take a knockout straight up, which is fantastic. So if he attaches the DC to Yveltal, he can actually hit great numbers on the Xerneas, take an immediate knockout, which is cool for sure. So I think if I'm Brandon, I attach the DC or the Dark to the Yveltal, and then next turn he can knock out the Xerneas so it comes up the axe spot. Or, yeah, I think that's what I'd do for sure. So let's see what Brandon does here. He has a Dark, he has a DCE. Where does he commit this energy to? So we're going to put on the Dark Ride, okay. Like I said, I don't know if I like this play. because you can't knock out the Xerneas straight away the following turn. So we'll see Pitchbox Spear knock out the active. Brandon going to 3 prize cards, and I imagine Adam will send the Xerneas with the DC. He can't send in those 2 guys. They do not have free retreat right now. He could send in the Biosharp, attach a Fair Energy, and retaliate that way to save your Xerneas so you knock out the following turn. But I think you go with Xerneas Rainbow Force right now because you really don't want... Okay, no, he's going to send the Biosharp. He's going to go for the retaliation play. Alright, so put a Fair to the active. And the scary thing about this is Brandon's going to take a knockout no matter what on that Biosharp, right? And then Adam's down another dual type attacker, which is what Rainbow Force needs. Like, you need these dual type attackers to take down this Darkrai, especially with the Darkrai that fighting Fear build. It has 220 HP. It's so hard to hit that number with Rainbow Road, and then you're going to sacrifice your Biosharp. I don't know if I like the play for sure, but I mean, I guess technically, like, Brandon can maybe knock out the Xerneas the following turn, but I think you want to gamble right now. Send the Xerneas Rainbow Force that way. I understand, like, you don't want your Xerneas to be hurt, but I think you want to keep more dual-type attackers on your field. Alright, so we see Adam's going to get 6 off these, and Brandon's going to get 3 off his, okay? And Adam does have an Ultra Ball, so he could Ultra Ball, grab another Poniard. There's a Max Elixir VS Seeker, so he could Max Elixir right now, just to get energy on the field. So he kind of like attached twice for a turn, which is always really nice. And then he can following turn, he can start pounding up another Xerneas. So let's see, what does he do? He has an Ultra Ball. Like I said, with the Ultra Ball, he can get out a Poniard. Alright, so we see Max Lux, and there's a Fair Energy. Go put it on the babies, on the Xerneas. Okay, that's a great play for sure. I think might have rather play the Ultra Ball first if you're going to play it, just so you can, like, one less card to draw into. So it looks like Brandon's finally going to read what Rainbow Force does. I don't think he knows what it does, but he's about to find out here after this turn. So we'll see retaliation from Adam knocking out this Yveltal, doing 90 damage to it. But then Brandon can pretty much just knock out this this Poniard and Biosharp, and I don't think Adam can really retaliate for a knockout. So on a Brandon, so we're going to see the Darkrai with the 2 Energy Zone and Fighting Field. Right now it's doing 20, 40, 60, 80, plus the Fighting Field is 90, which is enough to knock out the Biosharp. It does have 90 HP. We see Brandon does have a Max Looks like the top cards of his deck, and he also has that Crushing Hammer as well. If Brandon can hit a heads on this, discard that DC, oh man, that'd be so bad for Adam, right? So he discards another DC. That'd be a great play for Brandon, but not so much for Adam. But the Max Elixir does whiff. Now Brandon does have I think a DC in his hand, so he could put that somewhere. He has a dark. Oh no, it's a dark. So Dark Hammer and a Hex Maniac. So Dark Crush Hammer is his heads or tails, and it's a tail. So unfortunately, he will not discard the DCE. And he does have a Hex. Does he play it or not? He's doing the math right now. And he's going to take a knockout going out of 2 prize cards. Alright. So on Adam's turn, he's going to send up the Galvantula. It has free trick because that Flowstone. He has a VS Seeker in his hand. He can play whatever he wants. But right now, Brandon has like a Hex Maniac and something else. So not that great of hand for sure. But it looks like Adam is trying to figure out what to do. Like, there's no way, like, the Xerneas taking a knockout. That'd be crazy, to see happen. So we see Ultra Ball, go and discard, 2 cards, discard the Sycamore, and maybe another VS Seeker? I don't know if I like this play too much. So he discards the Biosharp. Okay, alright, so discards the Biosharp. He can grab Volcanion right now, but even then, that's not enough for a knockout. Like, yeah, there's no, like, that's not enough for a knockout. You're doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 130 to the Darkrai, which is still not that very good, but he's not knocking out your Xerneas either one shot right now. He's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 110, minus 20, so 90 right now with that Darkrai, but he could take a knockout next turn, right? He can play like Max Looks or Dark Energies and get a knockout that way. We see a Volcanion coming down the field. Alright, so Volcanion came down. Can Adam find any more Pokemon to put down this turn? Just do more damage with the Xerneas. Like I said, there's pretty much no way he can take a knockout. So we see VS Seeker for Sycamore. Go to discard his hand, draw 70 cards. And can Adam finally find a Perilous City? I see a Trainer's Mail, I see a Fair Energy. Does he have another Xerneas? That could be good as well. And I do not again see a no Skyfield. He does have a Trainer's Mail, so he could dig for a Skyfield, put that down, maybe Shaman, set up some more cards, try to get a full bench, but even then, I don't think I don't think he plays enough Pokemon to even take not enough Pokemon, but enough types to knock out this active right now. So see, Adam is trying to figure out what to do. He could go for Rainbow Force, like I said, which is not enough for a knockout. So see, retreat to that guy. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 130 damage. Not taking the knockout on the Darkrai, unfortunately, right? So we see, it looks like Adam's trying to do the math right now. Like I said, it is 130. He has an Ultra Ball in his hand. I think that's an Ultra Ball. If it's an Ultra Ball, I'm definitely like grabbing another attacker. Drainer's Mail, Ultra Ball. Okay, so we see Ultra Ball. Go and discard 2 cards. Discards a Sycamore. And what's the other card will he discard? Now, Brandon did have a Hex Maniac. He could have Hex Adam this turn, so he can't find a Shaman or something if Adam does find one. But I'm not sure. It looks like he's going to go for a Xerneas instead. But still, like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 160 damage. Still not enough to knock out this Darkrai. 160 is a lot, but still not enough at all. Okay, so see, looks like Brandon's getting ready to take this 160. So he does have a Xerneas. He has a Trainer's Mail. He has a Shaman. So he could Trainer's Mail, try to dig for a Skyfield. But he's going to Shaman first, draw like 2, 1, and 2. There's a Via Seeker, okay. He probably plays the Trainer's Mail, try to dig for a Skyfield to put down a Xerneas. Alright, he might Ultra Ball first, but what do you Ultra Ball for? I definitely think you Trainer's Mail first, right? You Trainer's Mail, try to grab a Skyfield, then you Ultra Ball. You probably Super Rod. I see a Super Rod in his hand for sure. And there's a Skyfield, there's another Skyfield, and a Switch. So you definitely grab the Skyfield, put that down to give you a spot of 8, and now you can Super Run, shuffle back into Pokemon, maybe get a Pawniard in play. Okay, so Xerneas coming down, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 190, still not enough for a knockout. He has to Super Rod and then Ultra Ball to get a knockout this turn, right? So we see Super Rod going to shuffle 3 combination Pokemon and energies back into his deck, and looks like he might actually take a knockout this turn. He can get the Pawniard in play. So Pawniard and maybe 2 Fairy to use or Fairy to Bisharp. Xerneas, okay. And let's see what else he decides to go. I'm not sure how many resources Adam has used. His deck is pretty low, so he might not have that much resources left. So gonna grab a Shaman. I definitely probably grab a Bisharp. We know he has no more Bisharps left in the deck. So gonna put those 3 in there. And he has the Ultra Ball. He will take a knockout going down to 3 prize scores. So out of nowhere, Adam's going to take a knockout. So Ultra Ball discards a Sycamore and a Via Seeker. Going down to 0, but hey, it's worth it, right? You want to take a knockout. You're going to put down that Pawniard, take a knockout this turn, because you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 220 exactly to knock out that Darkrai EX and go down to 3 prize cards. Now, how can Brandon deal with this? Well, if he talks to a DC, he can just knock out the Xerneas no matter what. So if I'm Brandon, I definitely send the Yveltal EX. If it's time to take a DC, I take a knockout because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 140, then minus 20 is 120 to knock out the Xerneas. And let's see, does he do that or not? I mean, I think that's what I do regardless. If he hits a Dark Energy, he can maybe Mind Jack as well for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's a knockout as well. So, he taps the DC. So he's got it. He can just DC the active, Evolve for the knockout, and then maybe something else. He can also go for the Mind Jack play. Like I said, that's another knockout as well. So the DC going to the active. And Adam had this really, really cool play, and he did it all the way. He took a knockout, and then we see Yveltal taking a knockout, unfortunately. Oh, that Xerneas. It's like Adam tries so hard. He did that 220 damage out of nowhere, but it's... Oh, man. That Xerneas is now getting knocked out. Looks like they are doing the math. Yeah, so Brandon got on 1 price card, unfortunately, and now to Adam's turn. I don't think he has any more Max Elixirs, so he really can't get attack off this turn. He has a Life Center Xerneas, and we see Adam concede the game, saying, hey, I can't do this. I'm going to lose regardless. Like, he could Life Center somebody up, but then, Brandon has a Zoroark with his stand-in. So there we go. Brandon does take this game. I know the last game, we really didn't see Brandon do too much. He kind of just Dr. Greninja, but hey, it does happen sometimes. And, like, man, Adam had that really cool turn. Out of nowhere, he took a knockout on that Darkrai EX, and then Brandon just said, nope, I got a DC, I knock it out. But guys, hope you enjoyed round number 4. There's one more round left in the Memphis League Challenge, and we'll see what happens and who will become the Memphis League Challenge champion for this season. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.